Folks, today on the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel, we're taking the TR3 Rake and Big T, the TYM tractor, and we're smoothing land at the neighbor's house. Let's have some fun. Woo! I ain't afraid of work. I ain't afraid of play. I ain't afraid to get the job done, to do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life, times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right. I said if you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. Woo! Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to another gorgeous day on the farm here on the Stoney Ridge. We are in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, and today what we're going to be doing is running the TR3 Rake. So we've got Big T, the TYM T1104 right here, and we've got an interesting attachment that I haven't used in several years. People keep asking me about it. Why don't you use the TR3 Rake anymore? Because I used it and it works, and all my land is cleared. So my neighbor just cleared off about 9 acres, and we're going to go over there and we're going to dress his land up for him with the TR3 Rake. This is called TR3. It's a tractor rake 3-in-1. It grades with the grader blade, it rips with the rippers, and it smooths with the smoother. That thing looks like a big comb. We're going to get to see all of this put to work, as well as the ABI attachments hydraulic top link right there. So without further ado, let's get over to the neighbor's place. It's about a half a mile away. We're gonna get busy working. Guys, if you haven't used these yet, you need to be using them. They are super easy way to keep your hands clean. They're hard to tear though. Here we go. Keep these in every vehicle. I'm starting to keep these in every tractor, because every time I hook up, I get greasy or dirty, or every time I use a grease gun on a piece of equipment. If you haven't tried them, Tubit towels, they're not paying me, they're not sponsored. It's what I use every single day. Awesome. They're a little more expensive than Gojo, but you don't need a sink. Sink's pretty expensive. Let's get busy. We're at the neighbor's house now. Again, this is the TR3 Rake from ABI Attachments. We're running it on a 110 horsepower tractor here. This is the TYM T1104. Here's what we got. I'm gonna get you a good drone shot down through here. So my neighbor just cut his timber. I'm gonna say they finished up about 2 months ago. Then he had a guy come in and clear his land, and it's just rough and rocky. So what we've got to do, we got to get the TR3 Rake all dialed in. It's a special way we got to dial it in, and it takes a little bit of trial and error, but let me show you what we got going here. And I'm a little worried about getting a flat tire. Hopefully I'm not predicting the problem that I'm gonna have, but there's some trash out here. Here's the land, and here's how it looks from way up high, but when you get down low, you see it's rough. Okay, there's ridges and holes. There's a valley over here. Down in here, there's trash down in here. There are rocks just like that. You can see it might look smooth from above, but it is not smooth. So what the TR3 Rake is supposed to do is it's supposed to take the grader blade, pull the debris and the dirt and soil over those low spots and smooth them out on the way out. We don't need the rippers today because this land is already ripped up nice, and we don't want to pull anything else out of the soil. Anything like this tire popping turd. I sure hope we don't pop a tire, guys. This is there's a lot of stuff out here. Old porcelain. Any old farmland that you're going to be working on, or old land around a house, oftentimes you're going to find a lot of trash out in the field. Yeah, that is dangerous. That's a tire popper right there. It's like a early American artifact, right? Stick that in here in the cab and the floor. Okay, so let's show you the TR3 Rake. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to take this wheel and we're going to move it forward just a little bit. All we have to do is pull a pin right there, Okay, and then we're going to go forward. I'll pop these out of the hole real quick. Okay, so we're in that hole. That's that depth. This is the most shallow. This is the deepest, and we're going to go right here in the middle, maybe 2 up. We're going to go right there. And we're going to go over here to the other side and repeat the process. And this basically sets the depth of the TR3 rake. How deep will it cut? Without further ado, let's put this tractor to work, see what she's got. Like I said, gonna be a bit of trial and error. Alright guys, I need you to help me with something. I need you to be the voice of reason with this guy. He wants to mow that with a 42-inch cut zero-turn mower. It's just too much. It's absolutely too much. He said he's mowed all this with a push mower before. It comes to that point, man, it's time to call somebody to... My time is much more valuable than that. So I offered to keep it mowed for him if he wants me to, but he's gonna have to pay for me to keep it mowed for him. And he is paying me a little bit to do this job here. Tell me guys, down in the comment section, how much would you expect to pay for a job like this, smoothing out this amount of land. And again, we're at about 9 acres here. We're talking about 6 hours of dragging, probably 5 to 6 hours. I think $100 an hour is pretty darn fair on $100,000 worth of equipment out here. Tell me what you think, guys. And tell me what you think about mowing this with a 42-inch zero turn. Not this guy. No, no, no. Guys, look out the back here compared to out the front. I don't know if you can tell, but out the front it's really, really rough here. This thing's doing an awesome job. The transition between the grass here and the dirt is really nice too. A little bit stout right in here. Got a little hillside right there. Man, you can really just see the difference. It's just smoothing it right out. Alright guys, you can see this thing is doing an awesome job. The TR3 Rake is undoubtedly the easiest tool for smoothing and leveling land. Now I may end up going to get the Wingfield drag harrow after this just to top dress it just a tiny bit. But the TR3 Rake is pulling dirt from low spots and into high spots. And the TR3 Rake is also helping me smooth this transition from the grass to the dirt surface. Now I want you guys to leave a comment. This fella doesn't want me to put grass seed down, so he wants it to come back naturally. I think that's a mistake. You guys tell me what you think about that. We're trying to get this smooth enough to where he can mow it with a zero turn if he wanted to, and that is going to take some time. Folks, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Love to have you back here if you like this kind of content. Man, this is a job. Let's get out here. Whew. Dusty. So, guys, I might have bit off more than I can chew with this one, man. I'm into this about 2.5 hours now, and I've gotten about 2 acres done. maybe just 1.5. So let's talk about the TR3 Rake and what we're picking up. I had no idea that this is going to be this rough out here. Take a look real quick. So there's brush and debris and all sorts of mess out in here. What a mess. Just a disaster. Nothing I can do with that aside from just spreading it out. So the TR3 Rake is doing a great job, but it's too darn rough to even get through here with the tractor without beating the snot out of it. The hood actually raised up on the tractor. It's really, really rough. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run back and I'm gonna get the Wingfield drag harrow, and I'm gonna drag harrow all of this prior to coming back with the TR3 Rake. Let me show you what all the TR3 Rake has picked up. This is a stump that didn't get pulled out. This is all debris, just garbage. This is a bunch of trash is back in here. An old floor mat. There's glass all throughout here. There's a bunch of stuff in here. I had no idea it would be that much stuff. The wheels aren't even touching the ground. The grader blade is doing a fantastic job. Can't complain about the TR3 Rake, putting it through its paces right there. However, this looks great. Smooth, perfect. Lawn and or golf course smooth. I did all the transitions from where there's grass to where there isn't grass. I'll show you real quick over here. This really does a great job. Just when it's so rough you can't ride the tractor through, it makes things quite tough. So the transition was a big drop off right here. Now we've pulled material up, so the transition from lawn just flows nice and smooth all the way out through there, all the way around all this, even down through here. He wants me to get on the other side where the edge of the pond is, but I'm not too keen on getting close to the pond. So the rest of this I will go over. This is going to be pasture. He's talking about mowing this with a 0 turn. It will straight beat the teeth out of your head. And this would take, well, you guys can see the drone shot right there. Look how big this is compared to my tractor. This would take 30 hours to mow with a 0 turn. No way. Post your comments down there, guys. What do you think? Tell me how much you mow with your 0 turn. It's just too much. This is something you need a 6-foot cutter with or bigger. So I'm gonna try and talk him into letting me mow it and letting this be pasture. It doesn't need to be as smooth as a lawn. In fact, the rougher it is, the better the grass takes in my experience. So guys, we're all done with this for today. I just wanted to show you what the TR3 rake would do. You saw the before. This is what the after looks like. Nice and smooth compared to the before. Really, really rough. So TR3 rake, tractor rake 3-in-1 from ABI Attachments. I don't get paid to tell you about it. I'm just showing you what I'm using today on the farm. TYM T1104 is doing awesome. I did get a warning on exhaust gas temperature on that. First time I've ever had that warning on this tractor, so we'll see. I just revved it up and kept on going and it went away. Nice, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Just wanted to show you a pretty cool tool that I've been using for, I guess, about 6 years now. The TR3 rake from ABI Attachments and the TYM T1104. For those of you who are wondering why I didn't use the land leveler from Raptor Attachments, I didn't use the land leveler. We'll get you some footage of that because this area is so big. However, I still may have to come out here. If this is my land, I'm all over it. If this is somebody else's land, I'm not getting paid very good, I'm not gonna burn diesel and work my butt off for hours and hours and hours for pennies. And so this is my land. I'd go around the edge with that land leveler from Raptor Attachments, and I would push the edges off like a broom. Just push them all off. And there's some really, really rough stuff over here. I could really address it, but it ain't my land, and this guy doesn't have a very large expenditure budget. So he's actually not even gonna plant grass out here. He's just gonna let it naturally come back. I'm not a fan of that either. However, it costs money to own land. That's it. It takes money. Buying the land's the cheap part. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Woo! Come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Go ahead and get a gnat in my ear. How about a gnat in my ear? Oh, it smells good, like fruit in there. Already greasy. Grease in my mouth. Cool things you can do with this. I got distracted, squirrel. So we getting some dust boogers on this one. See ya.